This is Quantum Log 4 or 3, I don't remember. Just the other day, we had a few problems. One of those being the bloom. Now, before anyone asks what the bloom is, originally it was a 0 point that I constructed. I found it in another alternate universe and wanted to bring it new life. So, I put it in a nice looking tower and turned the thing on from a long distance wise. Bad news, now it exploded, destroying the tower and making something that I would love to call the bloom. Now, why would I call this the bloom? Why would I call something so deadly and destroyable something that's supposed to be so beautiful? Because it looks like a budding rose in some way or form. But yeah. That should be noted. Anywho, during the most recent times, we've been kind of busy trying to figure out what the bloom is doing. That was until we noticed a wall was constructing. And after a wall, a couple buildings. Then after a couple buildings, a couple more. And then another wall. And then a bridge. And back and forth and back and forth. Look where we are now. Now we have Chaos Town, or Chaos Cove, as I'm going to call this place, with a bunch of birch trees mainly. Now, in return, the bloom has been fairly stable. Other than constructing the weird design buildings out of remnants of older buildings, it seems that they're pretty peaceful for the most part. They're even starting to build their own society, as each time they do something, an entirely new place would pop up. An example of this is an actual roadway, where it is completely noted that it seems to be building some kind of small city. Maybe a city based around Rift City or something, but... Oh, I never told anyone. We're renaming the whole Swamp City situation and renaming it to Rift City. Mainly due to the fact that Rift City has a much more cleaner touch to it than normally, of course. So, that's something interesting. Also, I had to mention this. I didn't mention this last time, but, it seems that once the bloom happened, I didn't talk about it before because it didn't bloom at all, that the ground there itself was leaping with energy. Almost like it was filled to the brim with it. In return, I'm starting to think that this entire location could be used to create a new city location. Maybe I could create something unique, you know? Maybe I can make something different. Because instead of just running a company now I'm running a lifestyle, protecting people from the harsh realities of the Quantumverse. And the reason I call this a quantum log is not because of the quantum log or it's a new company, mainly because we're no longer dealing with Riftco. We're no longer dealing with that. Now we're dealing with the quantum mechanics of the zero, of the quantum orb, and so many more. And this is interesting, because now we have an entire new area being constructed by these, I think they call themselves pacemakers or something. I'm not fully sure. But it seems that they're doing pretty good, and kudos to them. Now, in return, I'm not going to bug them. I'm not going to hop in and mess with their lives. Mainly for the reason that, in return, I already did that on my side, and look where that got me, right? So, instead, I'm going to let them do their thing, I'll do my thing, we'll be on their way, I'll be on my way. If they need help, they can ask me. But I'm mainly going to end this off here, mainly because we already kind of went over the time limit of almost 5 minutes, and I should be understandable. I think I overfilled my city with too much. Probably. Anywho, I think that'll be it. Anywho, I say anywho way too much. I gotta stop. If you did like this quantum log, please give it a good old like and sub. It helps the channel grow, and it really helps everything else. Anywho, I better get going. I should, at the most, get back to keeping an eye on the quantum point, just to be sure nothing goes horribly wrong. Anywho, shit!